What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty video. Speaking of videos, apologies for none yesterday, but as you can see, I'm clean shaven. My Andrew Luck neck beard is no more. Pampered my balls with Manscaped Ball Toner. Code Gomes for 20% off. And I'm feeling good. Good enough to do news today, which is pretty big. Brand new legend coming tomorrow. We're talking about in the skipping numbers. 3+ new diamonds, 12 diamonds going away, talking about legends being removed, and just shy of probably 100k XP you're going to be able to earn tomorrow. So before we get into that, as always, leave likes. I appreciate them. Leave subscriptions. I appreciate those even a bit more on the road to 100k. We'll see if we get it this year, but if you want a great place for gameplays, tips, news, all that kind of thing, it's going to be here. And watch my MLB 21 review. Took a long time, a lot of sweaty man hours, so I'd appreciate that. Getting into this one now. So, on the scope, the first thing that we're going to talk about is the brand new legend coming tomorrow in the first inning player program. Now, was I correct on my last legend prediction? Not exactly. You know, Carl Crawford doesn't look necessarily like Mike Hampton. Can't really put my finger on what the major difference between there. One's a position player, I'm sure that's the difference. But it's going to be a player program regardless. A couple names brewing in my mind is Harold Baines, who is confirmed to be in the game already. He technically isn't a new legend, but he hasn't been in the game for like 2 years, so maybe they could misconstrue and, you know, stretch the definition, because that shit is malleable with STS, you know, the new, of course, so who knows, we're gonna have to wait and see, but I would still love to see Carl Crawford. I would still love to see a position player, but regardless, that is going to be a player program. Let me know in the comments section. You guys seem to do a better job at guessing this shit than I do, so yeah, that's gonna be coming tomorrow. Just like the Eric Davis program, gonna work the exact same way. If you guys are pretty new, you're just gonna have to do the moments, which is gonna be about six of them, one mission, and then one defeat that said team on All-Star. So hopefully defeating the Rays on All-Star to get 87 overall Carl Crawford. That would be quite nice. I just want to see one Rays legend, man. Although I do want to say, it could be Sean Casey, it could be Carlos Pena. Since those guys are both in Road to the Show within their podcast MLB Network thing, I think there's a decent chance that that could have them also have their likeness rights within Diamond Dynasty. So make sure and keep that in mind. So that is going to be the brand new player program. There is also some other content coming tomorrow. There's going to be a new Conquest map, there's going to be a new event, and there's going to be a first inning program collection. So this is again where XP comes into play. We talked about the player program. Eric Davis was 35k. No reason to believe the next one won't be 35,000 as well. So you guys are definitely going to be making a lot of progress. And if you haven't sold off your first inning program boss yet, if you're holding on to him, if you do plan on selling him at all, right now might not be a bad time to do it, since these cards are going to significantly tank in value once everybody earns that XP. I earned, or rather got my boss a few days ago, and it's already down like 12k from then. I sold Kenny Lofton for about 55,000. But new Conquest map is going to be coming into the game. I'll be honest, there is about nothing they could have dropped that would have excited me less. In all seriousness, they could have dropped a common postseason Clayton Kershaw, and I would be pumping fist in air, you know, for that more than a Conquest map. It's fine, I guess. It's XP, but I just find them quite boring. It's not challenging. It's just a grind. That was the worst part of Extreme. It was more like Conquest extreme waste of time last year, but regardless, that is going to be coming in. I don't know if I'm going to be making a hidden pack location video, but subscribe and stay on the lookout for that. I very well could be, so you can expect at least 15k XP in some hidden packs regardless within that Conquest map. Then we're also going to have a brand new collection, and there is a talk of investment of what you could maybe do right here, but it is pretty risky. So if you take a look at this screenshot that I grabbed from MLB 20, The first collection that they had within the first inning program was prospect cards. Now, those prospects were typically obtained throughout team affinity. You got a gold card, which was kind of the first stepping stone until you got that team's diamond player. Then there was also the prospect packs, where we saw the collection for 91 Wander Franco. So, what could this be? It could be prospects again. Remember, those prospect cards are earned throughout Conquest this year. You finish off one division of strongholds in the nation of baseball, and you are going to unlock a pack, which you get to choose 1 out of 5 gold cards from, any team. So, the AL East, the Red Sox, Orioles, Rays, Yankees, and Blue Jays, you get to pick one of those gold cards. They're on the market right now, I think, for like 5,000-6,000. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be the case. If it is, it's going to be a smaller collection because they would expect that you would only have, 6 of them. If you weren't going to go ahead and buy more prospect cards. Yes, there's some other ones on the market. They're actually a lot more down in value. So think about this. If you have these cards, don't sell them off yet, but I don't know if you need to go out and buy them. What it also could be is like rookie cards. I think that's a bit more likely because we've been seeing in the first steps at Team Affinity this year, what we've been earning are flashback cards. That's what it has been at the first pack at 20 Team Affinity points. You get one of these cards. I think it's a bit more likely we would see some sort of flashback series than prospect cards, but either of them, this is what I would tell you. For sure, don't sell these cards for now. And, these cards aren't sellable anyway. So don't break the game and sell them. Don't sell off your account, I suppose, to get rid of these bad boys. Make sure to keep that account. Keep that login. But that is something to keep in mind for tomorrow. Then I want to go ahead and talk about the new legends that are, going to be perishing. That are, pour out your Arnold Palmers for these 12 names right here. Now, I do want to say, this has not officially been stated by SDS. Believe it or not, they don't go out on tweet. Here's the grand list of the names, the legends that we didn't decide to pay this year. We didn't leave room in the budget for these names right here. So, oh well, thank you all for being in the game. Appreciate it. Quickly want to say, how exactly, Gomer, do you know this? What gives you authority to say these guys are no longer in the game? Well, they're no longer in the rosters, which is a pretty good indication that they are no longer in the game. I went ahead and scrubbed through every single legend in the game last year and scrubbed through every legend in the game this year. Just lining them up, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean. Finding which legends are no longer in the game, damn it. And the 12, here we go. Ted Williams, rather big one right here. I've kind of expected this one, so it doesn't hurt too much ever since he was no longer an RBI baseball. Kind of spelled not great things. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't really loved Ted Williams cards for a decent number of years. I think since MLB The Show 16, because since then, we've gotten guys like Griffey, guys like Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, guys that aren't one-trick ponies like Ted Williams, who has 60 speed, 60 defense, which is kind of tough to match up when Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle might have ever so slightly less offensive attributes, but have 90s in fielding and 90s in speed. You just can't compete. And also at that point, they didn't give 99s to everybody like they do now. You didn't have any 99 Jacob Stalling. Substandard short order play. Not trying to disrespect the man here, but let's just keep it how it is. Who would be the 2016 Jacob Stallings? Like Francisco Cervelli? Another pirate, there you go, maybe. More names here. Ty Cobb. He is no longer going to be in the game. That one is also quite big. I think Ty Cobb is a bit bigger of a name, gameplay-wise, to impact more than Ted Williams. Obviously, Ted Williams is one of the biggest baseball names by far, as well as Ty Cobb. So those both are going to really, really hurt to not see. Rogers Hornsby is also no longer in the game. He was a fan favorite ever since he got introduced in, I think it was MLB The Show 19. He was that National League Collection Reward second baseman with a good amount of pop and a fantastic swing. A lot of people liked him a lot. Andre Dawson, This one is rather hurtful as well. I remember his card from MLB The Show 17 was perhaps one of the best in the game. That was, of course, predating attributes going up to 125 and predating guys like Babe Ruth being added into the game, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays. But at the time, Andre Dawson was essentially kind of like an upgraded Mike Trout. He did everything, and he did everything very, very well. Moving on, Omar Vizquel. I mean, let's be real here. I didn't use him that much. He had about as much power as an electric toothbrush that you'd buy at the dollar store. But he was a good defender, you know, for what it's worth. He's a switch hitter. You don't like switch hitters with 80 contact aside. It does suck, though. Omar Vizquel for sure. Mark Burley. Speed ran his time in DD. He was gone after just 1 season. Kind of sucks as well. Never was going to be a great card in Diamond Dynasty because he was more of a pitch-to-contact guy. Didn't get a ton of strikeouts, which doesn't bode well into the game. Just means a low K9, which means larger PCI sizes for your opponent. But I think he would have been cool this year with Pinpoint. I think he could have been pretty rock solid. Moving on to the other names, Dave Kingman, Dennis Martinez, Steve Bedrosian, Benito Santiago, Keith Folk, and Jason Isringhausen. That's going to wrap up 12 legends. Like I said, some bigger than others for sure. But regardless, it sucks to see legends leave. But it kind of makes sense, you know. Eventually, something's going to happen. Either they no longer wish to have their likeness in there. They could have some separate deal which prohibits them from signing with MLB. If they were to go with a different game, for example, that maybe isn't even licensed by the MLB. Maybe they sign exclusivity, you know, likeness rights with a different company. And make room for new legends as well. Of course, the budget's going to get substantially bigger this next upcoming season as they've now been on PlayStation, Xbox, and it seems likely that it's going to expand into maybe Nintendo as well. So it's only going to get up from here as far as their budget for brand new legends. But I didn't want to make an entire video talking about just that, so I thought I'd kind of piece it into not huge day of news as we didn't see what's coming towards the end of the week. In which case, maybe I'll make another video on like Wednesday if we do see an update to the schedule. Regardless, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Brand new legend, 12 old legends, I suppose, and at least 3 new diamonds coming tomorrow, and a lot of XP to be earned. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave a like down below. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you, GomesDaLegend.